connection's weak. How the heck is my connection weak? I'm literally sitting next to the connection. Ugh. There's no reason my connection should be weak. Anyway, oh good, it went away. Okay, so this morning I'm getting ready for work. Shocking. I know that surprises all of you that I'm getting ready for work. But a friend of mine posted something online and said, what is something that you do that is not normally acceptable? And one of my things is I do not wash my hair more than a couple times a week. So today I washed my hair in the shower. So that's why my hair is soaking wet. Anyway, that's a totally random tidbit. But I'm going to talk about Girl Scout cookies because I had a lot of people flip their crap about the Girl Scout cookie post that I made. I'm going to tell you guys a story. I'm going to tell you about my experience with the Girl Scouts. My experience with the Girl Scouts with Kira when she was 6 or 7 or so. Kira was 6 or 7. I registered her in Girl Scouts, trying to get her involved in community activities. At this time, she was still somewhat autistic. She still didn't understand social norms very well. She didn't really understand friends very well. She didn't really understand how to be, interacting with other friends very much. And so I figured, enroll her in Girl Scouts. This would be a great way for her to have a community. Hey, Roseanne, nice having you on. A great way for her to have some kind of a community, some kind of a group gathering that she can go to outside of school and be able to have a friendship with people. So I enrolled her in Girl Scouts, and the big thing is that, like, she would go to Girl Scouts and they would color and they would do really random things. A lot of the things they were doing, was just coloring and learning about how to be a mommy, things like that. I mean, it wasn't stuff that, I picture Girl Scouts doing, but I guess it was, the age, whatever, that's fine. And so my daughter, she became friendly with some of the kids in her Girl Scout troop. And in this time, speaking of the devil, my child has stolen my concealer. Little turd. Anyway, I'm going to try something else and possibly use this as a concealer. Back to my story. One of the first things that we did was we went to this Girl Scout cookie kickoff thing, and I was like, oh, this is so cool. I went with Kira, where I live, we live out in the middle of nowhere, and so there are towns that are even further out in the middle of nowhere, and they don't have Girl Scouts out there. So I thought, oh, this is a smart idea. I should go out where other people are to do my Girl Scout cooking, since my town's probably going to get hit pretty good. So I went out. I drove 20, 30, sometimes 50 miles to these outlying towns around where I live, and I got a whole ton of cookie orders. In the meantime, I am going to the doctor, and I find out that I have what ended up being 3 lumps in one of my breasts. And so I'm freaking out because my mother had breast cancer when she was pregnant with me when she got breast cancer. So I'm kind of freaking out a little bit. I tell the troop leader, I tell her, hey, I've got this stuff going on. I possibly need to have surgery, blah, blah, blah. I prep this woman ahead of time. Okay. I go, and keep in mind, cookie orders was 2 months before they actually arrived. So you needed to order cookies ahead of time for you to know how many cookies you wanted to order. So I think we ordered like 2,000 or 2,500 boxes of cookies for my daughter to deliver because she had gotten that many orders. So, so in the meantime, I'm going through what in my brain was like a traumatic thing, right? And I tell the troop leader, I say, hey, look, this is what's going on. I tell her, I don't know when we're getting the cookies, but I have to have surgery on Monday, and I'm going to be out of commission for a week. So she's like, okay. So she starts flipping out on me. About how I'm this irresponsible person that ordered all these cookies. And I tell her, keep in mind, people, I'm having 3 lumps removed from my breast that day. I tell this woman, I can't help this, like this is kind of out of my control. I can give you all of our order forms and can you deliver them? In my mind, I would think, wow, if one of the mothers in my troop could potentially have breast cancer, I would probably take those lists and divvy them up amongst the different parents and have them go out and deliver the Girl Scout cookies. That's what I would do. So, but this woman instead chose to let everyone know that I have screwed the troop in forcing them to take 2,500 extra boxes of cookies. And keep in mind, I had orders for all of these cookies. It's not like I had no orders for these cookies. They had names of people that they were going to. They had places to go because my daughter wanted to win this certain prize. And so that was our goal. It was 2,500 cookies so she could win this certain prize. So my daughter, doing nothing. Keep in mind, my daughter's autistic. Keep in mind, this is my daughter's only way that outside of school she can, really socially interact with other kids. And so she's kind of like, what do I do? Her mother is sick and in the hospital. I go through, I have my surgery. FYI, super quick part of the story. They ended up being benign. 2 were precancerous, but for the most part, it was all benign. And then 1 was just a fibroma. Anyway, but we didn't know this at the time. We were still trying to figure out what it was, whatever. But keep in mind, this troop leader took it upon herself to, instead of teaching these girls, because one of the Girl Scout laws is to be kind and charitable and giving to others and be a good citizen and blah, 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 right? So I figure this woman is going to take it to a learning experience for these kids or something. No, she decided to make this a hellish experience for these kids and for me. And it was terrible. I couldn't believe it. I mean, I'm sitting there recovering. I still don't know if I have breast cancer. I don't know if I'm dying. I don't know what's going on with me. Anyway, they went in for 2 lumps. They came out with 3. That scared the crap out of me. There were just some aspects of the whole thing that was just really, really scary for me. And the fact that I had this Girl Scout troop leader on my butt the whole time while I'm going through this experience didn't make for a very good experience. I would think that this woman would have wanted to help me or whatever. Anyway, so she takes it one step further and she gives all of the girls in the troop. So they're a combined troop and they have girls that are in there. They have girls that are in there preteens. So they're they had 2 troops. They had my daughter's troop and then they had an older troop. Anyway, so the older troop all sent me emails about how much of a bitch I was. And this is what this troop leader instructed them to do. So then I forwarded that to the Girl Scouts, and I said, wow, I'm so glad that your troop leaders can teach their girls how to behave like, good citizens and treat sick people well. And, I told them what was going on, and they're like, well, because you didn't sign over the cookies, you didn't sign for the cookies, you don't have to take them, and blah, 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 blah. Like, the Girl Scouts of Utah tried to make it better, but this woman was just a relentless B word, right? So then, so obviously my daughter's no longer in the troop. I bankrupt the Girl Scout troop, which they ended up selling each and every box of those Girl Scout cookies. So their troop actually ended up saving or earning a crap ton more money than they ever would have before. I don't know if you understand how Girl Scout cookie money works. Half of the money from the Girl Scout cookie box. So if your Girl Scout cookies in your area sell them for $5, their troop gets to keep $2.50 of that. So for every box of Girl Scout cookies that they sell, they keep half of that for profits for their little troop. So no matter how big their troop is, that money still stays in your area. Anyway, there are like dues and things that it goes to too, but anyway, that's super short story, long story. Anyway, so I am just kind of like flipping out because this woman is just making my recovery process pretty much hell. And I find that when you're talking to someone that's completely irrational, speaking irrational to that irrational person is not going to go anywhere. So I just stopped talking to her. Because I wasn't in a place that I could physically handle what was going on with her. So that is my, unique. Actually, I have a mix of like a ton of different companies. So this was my experience with this woman. I found that Girl Scouts was very condescending, when it came down to resolving the issue. The fact that Girl Scouts of America allowed my troop leader to continue telling these girls to continue emailing a very sick woman, anyway, it was just a really bad experience. So from then on, I've had not really good feelings towards Girl Scouts of America, towards the Girl Scouts. I posted a post the other day, that basically said, do a cookie cot because, they're, they do provide money to Planned Parenthood. That's one of the charities that they give to. I know that everyone's going to argue, well, I just went to the Girl Scouts of America website and they said da 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 da. Well, here's the thing about that. As troop leaders, they have the opportunity to choose what charities they want to go and help and provide help with. Apparently in New York. In New York, one of the craziest Planned Parenthood areas there. In New York, there's a Planned Parenthood there that gets a lot of their funding through the Girl Scouts, and they're very involved in the Girl Scouts, and it's just one of those things that I personally choose not to support someone that would support killing babies. And as we all saw, I will also point out that my video has again been taken down by YouTube this time. So I put the video back up on YouTube. Hopefully I resolved the issue that they had with it. Apparently there was music at some point, but I don't remember playing any music in the background that day, but apparently there was music being played in the background. Anyway, so I Hold on. Eyeliner, I have to concentrate when I do my eyeliner. So yeah, so that's my experience with the Girl Scouts. Do I love my Samoas? Yes. Do I love my Thin Mints? Yes. But I will also tell you that there are plenty of other charities that you can give to. And there are plenty of other charities that you can donate your money to. Heck, go to Walmart, buy off-brand Girl Scout cookies on the shelf. And the money that you would normally spend on Girl Scouts, so they're like $2.50 or something at Walmart. If your Girl Scouts in your area sell Girl Scout cookies for $5, take the other $2.50 and donate it to an actual charity that you'll be able to actually know where the money goes. And so that's my opinion on that. I feel like I don't look very pretty today. I don't know what my deal is. Like, my makeup's, like, funky. It's like, my makeup's just not feeling it today, I think. I don't know. Which lipstick should I wear today, guys? I have all these lipsticks. Thank you, Nicole. I think I'm one tough cookie, too. Let's see. I don't know what lipstick I want to wear. Do I want to wear, like, a red today? I don't know. No. I want to wear, like a matte color today. Everything I have, it just seems like too bright today. Okay, I'm going to wear this one. Da-da-da-da-da. This is my CoverGirl 542. Alright. Oh. I was going to tell you guys, I started a YouTube channel yesterday, or this week, and so I have taken a lot of my Facebook Lives and moved it over to the Facebook page. I mean, it's really easy to find me. It's Mary Ellen Crace. There's another Mary Ellen Crace Facebook page, and it is also mine, or YouTube page. It is also mine. However, I cannot sign into it. So if you know how to access my former YouTube page and you have some way that I can access it, apparently in 2011 they did some switch over to only being able to use a Google account for your YouTube, but I didn't know that. And at the time, I did a blog every day for like 2 years when I was in graduate school. And it was a video journal, kind of like this. And it's kind of funny because my opinions about some things are totally different from what it was back then. And so I stopped doing it when I left graduate school because I was pregnant and I was busy and blah, 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 blah. So I kind of stopped doing that YouTube page. Well, then it tells me that I can't access it because I don't have the info, whatever. So I knew what I signed in as before. I knew what my password was for before, and it said that I couldn't use it. And I was like, what the heck? And then I tried to do this like recovery thing, and it's like, nope, you're not eligible. It's too late, blah, blah, blah. So I have this other YouTube channel that has some really great stuff on it, but I can't access it. So I guess I can download all of my old stuff and then upload it onto this Facebook page or YouTube channel. I don't know. Ooh, here's something. Night before last, I had a really crazy dream that I could tell was like a... You know how you have a dream and you're like, oh, that dream's an interesting dream, or oh, that dream's just... That's a funny collaboration of what I thought about that day type of dreams. And then you have the dreams that you know that it's trying to tell you something. I had one of those kind of dreams a couple of days ago, and I still can't figure it out. Maybe tomorrow I'll tell you guys about the dream. Like, I woke up, I looked, it was 3 o'clock. If you know anything about me, when I have dreams at 3 o'clock, they're usually foretelling dreams or connected to the other side dreams. And so So I opened up my phone and I audio recorded what I remembered of this dream. It was just a really weird dream. Like, I was mowing this ginormous lawn, and I went to this gallant party, and it was just so interesting. Like, the dream was just a very detailed, fascinating dream. Like, the whole thing was just really, it was a really just an elegant dream, which is really funny. But I was mowing the lawn. I wasn't resentful that I was mowing the lawn, but I was mowing the lawn, and I was happy about it. And I was just like, this is the best thing. And it was just a very fascinating dream that I have no idea what it was about. So, I still have 4 people watching my video. Hey, 5 people that are on. Nice having you on. Okay. I don't know. My makeup looks like crap today. I don't know what its deal is. I think it's because my hair's all wet. Like, maybe because my hair's wet. I don't know. So it's kind of like throwing the color of my hair and my face off or something. Alright. Maybe I should do that to my hair. Alright. And then I'll just kind of do like a kinked hair look. That looks cute, actually. What do you think? We'll do that. What's funny is that I like having my hair down. So, anyway, so that's a pretty personal story. There was another personal story that I was going to share, but I'm actually a little too scared to share it, so I'm not going to share it. So, maybe one day I'll share a more personal story. There was just one that someone had mentioned something in on the Facebook group that that I just kind of was like, yeah. And I have a story that goes along with it, but I don't know. I don't want to tell that story right now. Because I'm getting ready for work. I'm almost ready for work now. Time to pull up all my stuff on my computer so that I can get ready. What's funny is I have 2 Facebooks, so I have to log out of one Facebook and log into the other one, because I have one for work and then I have one for my personal life. So this is my personal life one. So, hey, my people. So, anyway, okay, well, I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. I hope you guys understand my perspective on the Girl Scouts. I don't have a very good history with the Girl Scouts, and that doesn't have to do whether or not they provide money to Planned Parenthood or not. But in my opinion, if anyone gives any money to Planned Parenthood, sorry, they're off my list. So I very much would want to see what companies provide funds for Planned Parenthood, so I know what companies not to work with and what companies not to engage with. So anyway, that's my thing. I now have a YouTube channel, and I'm on here every morning getting ready for work. And alright guys, I love you. Mwah, 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 mwah. See you later. Bye bye.